Look at me filming on my photo booth today. I think a lot of us really tend to underestimate the power of gratitude. Of course, there are different factors that go into it. And for example, things like, true depression. I'm not talking about the way that people overuse that term on social media, but, true depression, real, true anxiety, things like that can really affect our ability to think clear and to think about how many blessings there are in our lives, because of course there are a lot of challenges and a lot of dark parts of life as well. And especially when you're in that state of mind, it's really difficult to come out of. And at that point, sometimes you do need to seek some real professional help, and you might even need, medication for that kind of thing. But I'm not a psychiatrist, so that's not what I'm here to do today. I wish I could help you if you need that, but if you don't, you do have plenty of sources and resources. But yeah, that's not what I'm getting at today. Today, I'm getting at the power of gratitude and how much it can really, really transform your life. The world is just a reflection of your inner world. So the way you perceive the world is literally all about you, all about your experiences. Because there are so many people in this world who see it completely differently from each other. And it's because we've all experienced different things. Even two people who have experienced basically the same thing, the way they perceive it, the way they use their emotions, the way they use their mental abilities, the other aspects of their lives, they could see the world completely different from each other. One could see it as great, one could see it as terrible. That's a very black and white way of thinking, but that could be the case, even though they went through the exact same thing. With gratitude, and because of personal experience, because I know it's not all black and white, and it's not all gratitude, it's just gonna instantly transform you and make you happier. That's not really how it works. But when you take the control and you tell life and the things you've gone through, you know what, I'm not going to be a victim. I don't want to be a victim to life. What? I want to be in control. I want to be the director. I want to be in power. So punch me while I'm down and watch me get back up 10 times stronger. I did that in my last video randomly. Like, I saw my arm in my ASMR video, and then I just randomly flexed in it, and I was like, who is she? Like, I don't even, remember doing that. I was very, all over the place in that video, but you can go watch it if you want. This isn't matcha, it's superfoods. Basically, I don't know how much I always want to share online, because, it's not like I'm famous. It's not like a lot of people are gonna, see this stuff. When I am famous, they might come back and watch. But, I don't always know if I want to be... I'm a very, 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 very vulnerable person. Super authentic, especially in my music. If you listened to my music before, you would know. I just wear my heart on my sleeve. But sometimes I do want to keep things to myself and to my world and to, the people that I actually know personally, rather than just a bunch of, just talking to people that I don't know. Because there are plenty of you on here that I'm sure we would be best friends in real life, but there are also people that I have no clue who you are and could be, I don't know. It's just we all want a sense of, well, this is mine and this is mine only. So I don't know how much I want to share on here, even though a lot has gone on. A lot has gone on in 2025. And I feel like I've grown. I feel like I've learned so much. And I feel like I continue growing and continue healing and continue learning. And I'm really loving the way everything's falling into place. I really do like the person that I'm becoming, and I really do like the way my head is wired. but it took a long time to get here. It's not like I was just like this overnight. A lot of things, like, I was so incredibly insecure, like any other teenager, what? Like any other woman, like any other person on the planet. So incredibly insecure about my body, particularly. Um, and it can be really difficult, especially I think as a teenage girl and in the society we live in. We know these things. We know that we have a lot of insecurities, and that's a normal thing. Um, but throughout this year, okay, I'll be vulnerable in this way because I feel like I am quite vulnerable about this in music, but I did have, my not the best relationship with food. Um, and, trying to restrict things just to, like, look a certain way or to be skinnier or to be smaller or whatever, because I feel like that's so much of the societal beauty standards pushed on us, is to be as petite and tiny as possible. Um, and that's hard with food and stuff. But throughout this year, I still have lots of reflection to do on it, but I feel like at the start, I was not good with it. I really wasn't. And different events throughout the year really clicked and really, like, put me in my place and realized how important it is to fuel my body with the proper nutrients it needs, to never, starve myself, because it's not there's I could do a whole other video on this. But basically, long story short, what I'm trying to say is throughout the year, I was at a different place at the start, and now at the start of this year, I'm completely different. I am, of course, I still have insecurities, but I'm not nearly as insecure as I was. And I have a much better relationship with food now than I used to, and with exercise now than I used to. Um, and yeah, a lot can change in a year, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm just really proud of who I am becoming. And I think a lot of it has to do with also leading with love and leading with gratitude. And I feel like I've always known this, and I feel like we all kind of know, like, of course, love and gratitude are on such huge vibrations and on such a high frequency that it just attracts so much good into your life, but it can be really difficult to, actually follow through with and actually practice gratitude. And, sometimes, okay, this is sharing a little bit, but, like, I'm not actually sharing it. Like, I know what I'm saying, but you don't really know what I'm saying. Basically, I told somebody that they shouldn't act out of pain. They should always act out of love, even when the love hurts more than the pain. I have always been someone to do that. I've always been someone that channels my pain through love. And I'm never going to take my pain out on somebody else. Even if giving them love and being the bigger person and being mature and not going off on them hurts more than if I were to get angry at them, to put my pain on them, to, say all the things like, you hurt me, you did this, why would you do that? I take a second, I breathe, I try to hear where they're coming from, and if eventually I can't deal with, they're not listening to me, they're not respecting me anymore, and I have to let them go, I'm doing it out of love. Not only for me and for myself, but also for them, because they're hurt and they're acting out of pain, and I don't need to put more pain onto them, like, their pain and them realizing that they hurt somebody who never hurt them, that they hurt somebody that would never do the harsh, say the mean things that they did, that's enough pain for them. They're gonna realize, oh, damn, I fucked up. I really did treat someone with the biggest heart, with the kindest intentions. I did treat them poorly, and they're gonna feel guilty about that. Probably for the rest of their life. Why did I say it like that? Life. Probably for the rest of their life. I see so many pins on Pinterest that's like, no revenge because I'm a girl that only comes once in a lifetime. Or no revenge because they lost me and they have to deal with that. Like, I just want to make it known that acting out of love, even if it's so painful, even if you wish you could, go off on this person and be like, why would you say that to me? You're a douchebag. You hurt me. Like, that's mean. Like, and getting into an argument, that might feel nice in the moment to get it out, to let the rage come out. But just taking a second, letting yourself feel the rage, feel the anger, put it into words, put it into a song, put it into dance, put it into like maybe your sport, run, punch a punching bag, go to a rage room, get it out, and don't put it on that person. Don't put it on that thing. Don't put it on whatever it is that is really causing it. Don't let it have control over you. Do what you need to do to feel that rage. Anger is not a thing you don't have to feel. Like, if you're angry, let yourself feel it. Do not ever feel bad for feeling any emotion ever. Let yourself feel raged. Let yourself feel mad because you deserve to. What? Like, take that and let yourself feel it. And then if you do want to go talk to this person, talk to this, email this company, I don't know, like whatever your situation is, talk to them out of love. Talk to them out of whatever. And if the love for the best thing for you and the best way to protect your peace and your heart is to set your standard, they don't follow it, and now you have to just let them go, let them lose you. That's the best thing you can do for yourself, and that is literally that's their karma, is losing you. And you might not see it. You might block this person on all platforms. You might, move out of whoever's house because like they weren't respecting you, whatever. You might never see them again because them out of your life is what's going to keep you peace. So you don't know how they're reacting. But I bet you they're regretting what they did. Even if they're not the brightest bulb, you could say. Even if they're not the kindest person, they'll eventually, at some point in their life, know that losing you, if they don't know it now, if they don't realize how great you are, if they don't realize it now, they're gonna eventually realize in their life that losing you was such an idiotic thing for them to do. So that's why I always say, like, lead with love. You're not gonna ever regret being kind to somebody. You never will. Even if they're the meanest person ever, you're not going to regret being kind to them because you have better things to do than to lower yourself down to their mean, hateful, doing things out of spite level. It's just how it is. And when you're on this love level, this level of love, this level of gratitude, this level of optimism and hope, even when things are really dark, the universe, whatever you believe in, if you believe in a higher power, if you don't, you're just going to start attracting other things on that level. You just will. It's just how it is. Sorry. It's the same thing. Like if you're having a bad day, first off, you wake up and you have a pain in your neck. You go to the bathroom and you slip on some water on the floor. And then you're like, this is going to be a bad day. Oh my God. My life sucks. This is so horrible. And then throughout the day, more and more negative things happen like that. Those same things could happen to you, but when you're having a good day, you just wouldn't really care about them because you're focusing about all the good stuff. if that makes sense. One of the easiest ways I feel to practice gratitude, or the best way to keep you accountable, I'll say the easiest way is to just like look around and think about the things that make you happy. Think about the things that you are very grateful and very glad that you have. It can be kind of superficial things. I'm glad I have this lip gloss. Like what? But I'm also glad that I have a home. And I'm glad I live in a safe country. And I'm glad that I have an amazing family. And I'm grateful for my amazing opportunities. And I'm grateful for all of the experiences I've been through and all of the lessons that I've learned. You know, it can be as simple as I'm grateful for my cat. I'm grateful for water. It can be like, I'm grateful for my pimple patches because they're cute and they're stars. It can be silly things like your pimple patches. It can be silly things like, I don't know, are you grateful for your phone? Because as much as we all like to bash on our phones and say they're annoying and addictive, which they are we not grateful for them? We get to entertain ourselves with them. We get to take pictures. We get to call people. We get to communicate. We get to text people. Just think about things that you're just happy are in your life. One of the best ways, like I was about to say, to hold yourself accountable with gratitude is journaling about it, but a specific journal is the 5-minute journal or the gratitude journal. It's super simple and easy to do. There's prompts in the morning and prompts at night, and honestly, they take less than 5 minutes, but I mean, if you're thinking really hard, maybe they'll take 5 minutes. And it's just listing out 3 things you're grateful for, 3 things that would make today great, and then an affirmation. That's what you do in the morning, and then at night you do 3 amazing things that happened today, and I think 1 thing that I learned today. So I really recommend getting that journal. I've had multiple versions of it, like multiple times in my life. Once I run out of the journal, once I use the whole journal up, I get a new one. And when I don't have one, I can definitely tell the difference of how I'm feeling and the way I look at the world. But if you don't want to buy that, you can easily just, use another like regular journal that you already have. You can use a piece of paper. You could use your notes app, and you could just write like every day, as simple as writing 3 things that you're grateful for. Put a little reminder in your phone, put a little timer, an alarm, whatever, to just write down 3 things. Just 3 things that you're grateful for. You can repeat them. If you're super grateful for your family today and you're super grateful for your family tomorrow, like you don't need to think of a new one every time. Like you can repeat the same ones. But it's also nice to try and look for things that don't come to your mind right away. Like, what's something that might not come right away? Well, I'm grateful for my education. A lot of the time, we're like, ugh, I have to go to school. No, you get to go to school. Or I have to study. No, you get to study. You're lucky to have an education if you have one, and that's something to be grateful for, and that is really setting you up for life, and you are much smarter than you would be if you didn't have education. It's just about thinking a little deeper and not thinking about, all your worries and how scary the world is, and it's more about thinking deeper and thinking about, but wait, sure, there are lots of things that aren't perfect and aren't wonderful and are honestly terrible about the world. But there's always 2 sides of a bridge. There's such amazing things in this world that are in our everyday lives that other people would give so much to just experience one day of our lives. That really puts it into perspective sometimes, is to think about a lot of other people don't have this life. So I should really be grateful. And a lot of the time, you can start to feel bad when you realize that you are very privileged. I don't know who you are behind this screen. But, we're all privileged in our own ways. And if you can, helping others will make life feel so much grander than yourself, and so much bigger and so much more meaningful than the scary news, than the insecurities, then the worries we have. I know that whenever I help other people, whether that be as simple as holding the door open for somebody, it just makes me feel more connected, and it makes my heart feel more protected, because I know that if I'm doing this stuff, there are other people doing this stuff, and I know whatever I put out into the universe, it's gonna come right back to me. So, always leading with love and gratitude, it's all gonna come back to you. I promise you. I've been practicing my gratitude, and I've been journaling, and I've been speaking to myself with love, and I've been smiling to more strangers, and I've been cuddling my cats more, and I've been just doing more things that make life feel abundantly full of love. And I can promise you, I can tell you firsthand that experiences that I've been dying for, and experiences that I've just always wanted, have been falling into my lap. But yeah, vision boarding and being excited for your future and looking at your goals and working towards your goals while also enjoying your journey and being grateful for what's right in front of you right now. I wanted to film today and I didn't know what I was going to talk about, and then I just wanted to talk about gratitude because I feel like gratitude has really been making my life feel quite lighter, and I really do feel like I'm healing, and I feel like I'm feeling like myself again. And I hope that this message was a message you needed and a message that you received well. But yeah, the overall vibe right now, lead with love and gratitude. And I love you. And thank you for watching.